up you guys, it's Techrodd with a new After Effects tutorial, and this is episode 12. And what we're doing in this episode is very simple. We're going to take a look at the Video Copilot plugin called Optical Flares. Now, in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to get it, how to work with it, what it actually is, and what you actually can do with it. Alright, so first off, you first need Optical Flares itself. It's a plugin for After Effects. I've talked about it in my previous tutorials, what it can do. Normally you would have used images from flares, but now you can, with this plugin, you can use the flares to go in 3D space, or you can just change the size, etc. I'll be showing that real quick in this tutorial. But now, first off, how to get it? It's very simple. So I got over here, I got a torrent from kickasstorrents.com. What you're doing now is on your own, so I won't show you how to do it because that'd be copyright, I guess. But anyway, just download the torrent, and there should be an installation, how to do it, etc. If you have any problems, message me, I will try to help. Now, when you've installed it perfectly, first off, just create a new composition. Let's make it 20 seconds long, I guess. 20, there we go. Create a new black solid and a new adjustment layer. Okay, and apply the optical flare effect. You can find by effects, Video Copilot optical flare. And normally you should be able to click options over here, and when it doesn't give any message, you should be fine, and you can use it if you want. Now, I really hope it works for you, the installation. I can't show it to you because it's against the rules. But if you do it on your own, it's on your own, and I won't have any problem doing it. Alright, so I guess if you have any problems, just ask. Try to help you as soon as possible. Alright, so let me talk about optical flares first. It's really simple actually. You just have a flare over here, as you can see. You can move it around, you can change the colors, you can change the flare itself, you can change the size, the brightness, the scale, the position. You can animate it, you can apply it to another video. You can actually do, you can flicker it. You can actually do a lot with it, and it also gives a nice color correction, I guess, to some videos. I mostly use optical flares to give it some more light and more color correction, I guess. It's also very useful for that. Anyway, we need to learn optical flares because at the end of these tutorials we'll be using it for making an intro, and that's the important thing, I guess. Getting to know how to use these plugins, because these plugins are mostly used by a lot of artists, and I use it a lot as well. So let me just go through the settings and show you how to work with it. Okay, so on top of here you can see optical flares. You have the reset option and about simply the information, etc. Reset, which has all settings to default, small. Okay, when you click options, you get this white screen. You have a lot of options. I'll be going through them one by one later on. This is where you actually change the flare itself. Okay, so over here you have position, which is this position over here, or you can simply click this this little thing, I think cross. Anyway, it should move around. If you want really detailed, you can use this. Same thing for center and position is the flare here over here. It's the thing where you want it to be. So as you can see, it's like the center point. As you can see, for example, here's a guy, I want the flare to be on him here, and I want the sun to move around like that. So imagine there's a guy standing here, and it's like the sun is going past him. It's really cool. Alright, so over here we got brightness. You click it open, you can change the brightness, of course. You don't have to click it open, you can actually use this one over here. And you can type in amounts, clicking it, double clicking it actually, and for example type 200 or more. Just play around a little bit. Same thing for scale, but scale is the the flare over here as well. And the brightness is only this flare. Let me just reset it. Now, rotation offsets rotates the flares. Yeah, over here you can see kind of streaks, and those streaks you can spin them. You can actually also animate them. For example, I click the stopwatch over here, and I'm going to animate it. Let them spin around, and you can see it's animated. So it's pretty cool. You can also animate it. And over here you can see color. You can change the color, for example to red, blue, yellow, green, purple, but I think white is mostly used because you don't really have to change the color here. You can also change it each one by one over here, or just choose the color, the global color over here, but it's not that sufficient. If you really want a red color, the whole flare needs to be red, I suggest changing the red color here to red, like this. Now over here you can see color mode. It's not actually you want to change, it's not useful, it's really nothing, I guess. So here you can see animation evolution, and when you increase the amount, you can see it kind of animates. So the streaks are changing from brightness to less and a lot. So let me just animate that really quick. So here you can see, and you can see it will be kind of animated, the streaks. It's really cool. GPU, if you have a great GPU is actually graphic card, if you don't know what it is. You can select that. If it's really slow, but you just uncheck that and you should be fine, I guess. Alright, so here you can see position mode, and that's actually something you'll be using when going 3D or using masks or any track lights. I'm now in 2D mode. You can see it's not 3D at all. I guess it's kind of because of the streak over here, but it's not 3D. When I go make a new camera to make my composition 3D and choose source type 3D, I can kind of roam around and let it go in 3D, I guess, but it's not that sufficient. I suggest not selecting 3D but selecting track lights. You won't see anything now, but let me just create a new light layer over here and make it point. Density 100%, fall off none, no cast shadows, and just press OK. And that will create a light object, and you can change the light object. You can it's kind of the same when motion tracking actually. You can go further away in your project, further into your project, and as you can see, you can kind of make it in a 3D environment. It's actually kind of cool. If you're more advanced user of After Effects, you'll be able to do it on your own eventually, and it's kind of cool, I guess. Now let me just go back to 2D mode. Mask luminance, it's not actually something you'll be using really quick. I haven't used it myself actually. Now foreground and layers is something different. Don't really know what that is, but I don't use it actually when editing. I guess it's just for motion graphics. I'm not going to explain that. Over here you can see flicker. Now flicker is something very special. You can increase the speed amount and increase the speed and the amount of flickers, so it kind of flickers through the composition, as you can see. Same thing for animation evolution here, but it flickers these streaks and not the center. So I guess, and you don't have to animate it, but you can animate it, but not really necessary. Alright, over here you can see custom layers. You won't be using that, so I'm not going to. I haven't used it myself actually, so I guess you won't Over here you can see preview background layer, but you don't have to do that. You have to just go here by render mode and choose over original, and most of the time you just see by default it's on black, but when you're for example have a video in the background, let me just import a real quick video. Let me just search for something over here. Just increase this. There we go. You can see the video is not here, but when I go, yeah, it's there, but you won't see it. This just because the optical flare is on a black background, but you need to choose over original. Don't choose on transparent, because don't do anything. Choose over original, and as you can see, it's kind of cool. And what you actually also can do is to more apply this light effect to the background over here. You can choose at over here, and as you can see, it kind of gives more light to that layer. Don't use it a lot, but I mostly use it when when I'm going to make an animation with motion graphics, for example. It's kind of cool, I guess, but it's not always necessary. Now let me just put this one in the center. There we go. It's not the center. Okay. Now I've explained all these settings. They're really simple, just basic, like you would normally use when animating. Position and brightness and scale and rotation, etc. Now let me just go into the options over here, and that's something more different, I guess. You can see over here the flare. You can see when you go over here, you can see the stacks, what the flare contains. So for here example, you can see the iris, and you can hide it. You can hide multiple. You can also solo it, so you can see I only want that light to be shown, so I can solo it. You can hide it as well, unhide it. You can delete it if you want, and kind of change a few settings. For example, like this. I want my flare to be like this. Really cool, I guess. And I can save it as a preset. Now you can only do that, save preset, if you started After Effects as an administrator. So if you can't save it to custom presets, I'll just call it flare. If you can't save it, I suggest starting After Effects as an administrator. That mostly solves the problem. And as you can see, I have my flare over here, and I got some other flares as well I use a lot, like this one, for example. This one, pretty cool, I guess. And there are some other ones, for example this one over here, it's kind of cool. There are a lot of flares, if you install them, of course, correctly, or otherwise you won't see them, as I see them over here. You can just change the settings. You can increase the size, as you can see. You can give them more brightness to it, to some. Each part you can change the settings to that. And of course, you don't only have the glow to change, or the scale. You can also change over here the distance, the rotation, the colors, the gamma, the offsets, a lot of settings you won't be using. But if you really want a flare to be your own, like I do over here, my own flares, for this one example, for example, change the color, I change the blend mode, I change I can actually add some textures to it, but I won't. And I guess it's my own flare now, and if you do that, you can actually save them, and you can actually sell them if you want those flares. I guess in my next when I reach 1K subscribers, I'll be putting my own flares into that editing pack I'll be giving away. And over here, yeah, over here you can see some basic lens flares and lens objects actually you can add, as you can see, and you can change the settings over here. But I guess you'll be just selecting these flares and just press OK. That's the I guess main thing about it, because it's so simple. As you can see, you get some other options: undo, redo, duplicate. That's actually for these settings over here. Clear all, yes, you have no flare at all over here. Just choose a new one. That's kind of cool. Now over here you can see save presets, but with file over here you can see save presets. Same over here. Preferences, nothing really, just show where it's saved. As you can see, saved over here with me. And yeah, you can disable GPU rendering, not recommended of course. You can yeah, of course you can change the layout of the windows over here. So I guess I don't need that. Same thing, I don't need the editor over here, or never will be using it. I just uncheck editor over here and it's gone. Just select it again to be shown again, so you get more of these flares visible. I think that's about it for these settings. Alright, so let me just create a quick animation with optical flares to show you how you will do it. Let me just delete this layer over here, delete the camera layer. Okay, now I've previously uploaded a 2D animation 2D animation motion track tutorial, actually 2D text motion track tutorial, what I'm saying. And you can actually also motion track light into your composition, and that's kind of cool, I guess. That's for a future tutorial, I guess. Now I'll be just creating a quick animation. Let me just create a new text layer. Let's call it Techrodd Studios. Really quick. Don't, yeah, choose your own name, of course. There we go. Okay. And I'm going to add a background using optical flares. Now it's very simple how to do that. It's just simply search for a flare that has a nice, yeah, kind of streaks. Okay, this one over here. As you can see, that this will be my background, I guess. Just press OK. Change the position really quick. Like this. Okay, nice. And you can actually see this animation is already cool. Now let me just add some flicker to it. Let me just speed around 50, I guess. Amount 20. Let me just go to the composition. I ramp preview it really quick. See how fast it goes. Should be fine. Now let me just animate the position as well. Simply by clicking the stopwatch over here. Position X and Y. Let me just put it over here. Let me go to 10 seconds and put this over here. And let me rotate it as well, because that flare over here is irritating me. Like this, I guess. Maybe not. Maybe like this. Let me just change the center position as well. Go to the top. Okay, cool. Let me just make the composition 10 seconds long. You know how to do that. Come to work area. There we go. Okay, and then I will also animate it. The evolution of the streaks. So just check stopwatch over here. 10 seconds. Increase the size. Increase the amount. there we go. It's when you run preview it, you can see already the background is kind of animated. Real cool. So you don't have to use images, as you can see. Now, just basic animation of text now. I'm just try to go from 55, I guess. What's the middle? The R. Okay, like this. Position, there we go. Opacity 0. Increase the size and position. Okay, fading out, there we go. Just turn off the title and action save, and let me just add some glow to that text. So effects, oh, where is it? Can't find it directly, so I'm just going to search for it. Glow, there we go, glow, that's cool. Maybe some less. There we go. 4 should be 4, 5 should be fine. Okay, now let me just put this on the background underneath the optical layers, and let's make a new adjustment layer. Apply a new optical flare effect to it. Choose over original as you would normally do in the beginning. Just put this flare over here. I would choose another flare. I think should be fine to use. Can't directly find one. Maybe over here, Pro presets too. There we go. Let me just save that really quick to my custom presets so I can directly find it. There we go. Okay, well, that's cool. It's actually the same flare I use in the thumbnail. Yes, busted. Anyway, let me just put this over here, and we're going to animate the position and the size really quick. Actually, the brightness. Going to from 0 to 2 seconds over here to 50. The position needs to be over here at first, then over here. I'm changing the X position, and let me just go to, let it go to here. Come on, more, yes, there we go, and increases the brightness to 70. Okay, and I'm going to delete. I'm just going to press U on my keyboard. Oh, select the layer first. Press U on my keyboard. I'm going to move the keyframes a little bit to the end. The brightness keyframe to 8 seconds over here, and then I'm going to make it 0 brightness. And I'm going to add a text animation to that text over here. Just let me just go animation presets, text over here. Then I'm going to choose animate in, and I guess fade upwards should be fine. Okay. That's nice. It's missing something. Maybe the glow is too much, I guess. Not too much. Okay, should be fine, I guess. Now we're almost done. Let me just add this composition to a new composition. Let me just fade it in for 1 second and fade it out for 1 second as well. Okay, now let me just add a color correction to it, to this composition over here. Color correction, brightness and contrast, increase the contrast to about 5, I guess, brightness to less, so -2 should be fine, and then I'm going to give it a little tint, not too much, 5 should be fine, maybe 10%, yeah, okay. You know what, I'm going to change the glow from this text to really minimum, 2 or so. Let me just add black borders to it, so just a bit later. Search CC Jaws. Choose block. There we go. Okay, duplicate. Okay, almost done. Maybe a little bit more to the top. There we go. Okay, and we got our black borders just fine. So 32% over here, 40% these placements. Okay, keep it in mind. Pause the video if you want. I think that's about it. So here we got our animation. So let me just RAM preview it really quick at 100%. Turn off the grid over here. It's actually a pretty cool animation. I've made this animation in nonetheless 15 minutes, I guess. You would be probably making it too in 15 minutes. So you've actually created your own intro in less than 30 minutes, really quick, with just a few effects in After Effects. And you can see it's just a normal animation, but it's really awesome to see. I personally think this animation is very good. Try it out, do your own, maybe change some colors, change some text fonts, make it maybe zoom in more, make it explode, for example. Use the effects CC glass for this, just a tip. But it's really awesome to create something like this, and I suggest doing it your own. Don't copy me, my own animations a lot, but do it on your own. As you can see, this is the animation. It's pretty cool. I'm just going to render out and show it in the end. So I guess that's about it. So thank you for watching this tutorial on how to work with optical flares, how to get it, I guess, and how to work with it. I hope this tutorial was of any use. If you have any problems, please ask. I will try to answer them as soon as possible. I think that's about it. So comment and like, and please subscribe for more.